Okay, I think we're up and running. Weird. Well, this is well underway. Don't know if anybody's watching. Probably not. But we'll see how this goes. Not sure what that means about the error of the view. I think it looks alright. Seem to have some error message up on the live stream thing, but I think it's still working. Good evening to anybody who's watching. This is from Auckland, New Zealand. The eclipse, I'm not sure. I haven't done this for a while. I haven't done a live stream for I think a couple of years or so, and trying to get the Sharp Cat working and also trying to convert my mono setup over to colour setup, which wasn't that easy, and try and get the back focus right, but I managed to get it not long ago, so hopefully this will go all right. It's quite windy outside, so I'm a little bit nervous about the roof being off the observatory with such a strong wind, but we'll see how this goes. If I suddenly disappear, it's because the roof blew off. So I'm just using my SCAR 65PHQ, and it's just got the ASI 294 MC Pro on the back, capturing the images so far. I don't know what we got. Just 4 people watching. I think that might be mostly my family. Okay, just back. I was just checking that the live chat was working. So I think that seems to be working now because one message has popped up. Never quite worked out how to put music on the background, but anyway. For those of you who obviously can see it, it's better to look at it outside, but directly. But for those that can't see it, here it is. Might have to put the brightness up just a little bit. And obviously change the settings once the eclipse gets really sort of towards the full eclipse, so we can then see the colour Again, hoping I've got the settings right in SharpCat because it's been a while since I've done this, a live stream. Yeah, so good evening to anybody who's out there watching this. It is 10 past 11 at night now, so apparently, what are we, total eclipse begins, it says at 12:04, so fair way off. I'm not sure if that is entirely correct. That was the information I got off the internet for Auckland, but it seemed to say partial eclipse start at 10:50. It seemed to start earlier than that. So we'll see what happens. We've actually had some terrible weather. The weather hasn't been great, and then we've suddenly got some clear nights, but then we've had strong winds. So last night I wanted to test all this, but the wind was just too strong. I wasn't going to risk having the roof lift up, and leave the observatory. So I had to wait and sort it out tonight. Just check the focus there a little bit. Mm. You can hear the wind outside blowing things around. It seems to be the telescope is managing to get a bit of protection right up against the wall of the observatory. So it seems to be staying pretty steady, which is lucky. When is the red expected to glow to occur? Well, I'm guessing more around closer to total eclipse. So it says around midnight, so I'm guessing around there, and we can adjust the lighting so that the darker side becomes more obvious. But at the moment, if I change those settings now, it will just blow out the part that we can see at the moment. Just go up like this. You can see a bit of there's a hint of a red colour there occurring just in the darker area, but it's still not fully in enough to be able to get that nice red colour. So we will just bring the exposure back down again so that we can actually see the bit of the moon that's still lit. But it's getting there slowly. You don't have too many people watching at the moment, so it's okay. It's good practice for live streaming anyway. Haven't done it for a while. Let's see about that focus a bit more. I think that's going out of focus, so it's looking a little bit better. It is a small telescope. It's not a It's not big, the ASCAR 65 PHQ. So the image is, I've done I've sort of shrunk up here I've selected the ROI to 2072 by 1410 just to get the moon to fill the screen a bit better, because otherwise it wouldn't sort of quite fill it so much. Anyway, if you're watching, say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. Would be interesting. Interesting to know from some down here at the bottom end of the Earth. Or the top end, depending on which. There is no up and down in space as far as I know. So we could be at the top, we could be at the bottom. The eclipse is certainly well underway now. I'm hoping we'll get the red glow for quite some time, because it is nearly an hour that it's in full eclipse. So I'm hoping we will get some nice red colour to this. To very quickly convert this rig over to, I haven't used a colour camera for a while. I've got my 294 MC Pro, which has actually been sitting on the shelf for a while unused, and just been doing mono. So an eclipse doesn't look very good if you just do it in mono, because it just goes from grey to grey. But I thought, well, I'll switch it over quickly, pull off the mono camera and the filter wheel and everything off the ASCAR 65 PHQ, and quickly throw the 294 MC Pro. I've only cooled it down. I've sort of cooled it down. I guess probably don't really need to cool it down, because often you don't need to. You can just use a planetary camera, but I've cooled it down to 0 degrees. If I go any further, I'll probably end up with condensation. So, but it took me a while to work out the back spacing so I could get it achieve focus. It was a bit of toing and froing. Anyway, hi to anybody who's joined. As I said, let me know in the chat, say hi, and let me know where you're viewing from. Unfortunately, the last lunar eclipse we had, we were just completely clouded out, so missed it completely. Never saw it. So I'm glad this one we've got a clear sky, which is nice, despite the wind. Just hoping the wind will drop a bit further away. Ah, Simon, hi. Thank you for joining. We're well underway under the on the eclipse now. So, how's the weather where you are, Simon? Are you watching from Perth? So does it get it? You'd see some of it. I didn't actually look to see where it'll go across. You'll be seeing it in Perth at some stage, will you, Simon? Does it get across there? I think it does. Yeah, good, nice. So. Auckland only hanger. Wondering when it's going to turn red. Well, when we get into full eclipse, that's the best time to see it red. But if I just change the exposure here so that we can actually see the bit that is have gone into eclipse, you can see there is a bit of a oops, gone too far, a bit of an orangey tinge there, so it's starting to go. But at the moment, we've got too much red here. It's just, sorry, too much of this glow on it. So once we get into sort of more full eclipse, and then we can change the exposure so it's just the area that's in total eclipse glowing, and I might have to fiddle around with the white balance a bit to get it right. But the full eclipse starts at around about I think it's midnight, so a bit longer to go here. Still daylight there in Perth, of course it would be, because I think it's 6 hours difference from here, I think. Watching from Hamilton. So that's good. You can look straight out the window too. It's probably best to be seen. I mean, if you're in the area where you can see it, it's best to see it directly and with binoculars, because that's when it looks really cool. And also the other thing that's quite cool is when you're looking at it, and then as it goes really dark, and then suddenly all the stars come out, and then you can see all the stars that you couldn't see before because the moon blotted it out. Ollie, you're clouded out at the moment. No. And Sydney also, Sue and family watching from Sydney, clouded as well. Yeah, we're lucky. I mean, it's got a couple of nights of clear sky, a lot of wind, but clear sky, and it hasn't been like that for a while. So a little window of opportunity here. Is there any chance of it sort of clearing in Sydney or Melbourne, do you think? Or are you pretty much overcast? Watching from Christchurch. Nice. Thank you for joining. As I've said to others, I guess seeing it out in live is the best way to see it. But for those that can't, sometimes it's quite good to stream it so you can see what's happening. Hoping might get a break. Ollie, yeah. Well, the thing is, if you can get some gaps, then at least you can, it's not like we need to do long exposures, is it? We can, it's lucky imaging, so you can just grab it in between the gaps. So, fingers crossed for you that that there is enough gap in the clouds, as long as it doesn't rain too. That's the other thing. When you got clouds, you got to worry about rain. That's the problem. Just see how we're going on the side. Getting there slowly. What really you want to see is a solar eclipse at some stage, and I think there's. Do we have one in? Is it 2028? I think there's one. Got to travel down to Dunedin though to see it, because I think that's the best place to get the total eclipse. I think it's 2028. I'll have to double check on that. But they say seeing a solar eclipse it can be a bit of an experience. See, I've just had a text from my wife saying that Ollie. So Ollie, are you live streaming too at the moment? A few small patches of clear sky in Sydney, but lucky for the sky to be clear where the moon is. Oh well, I got my fingers crossed for you that there is a bit of a break there. I wonder if I can jump over and see. I might jump over and see if I can see. So are you live streaming, Ollie? At the moment, let's have a look. Oh, I've got some notifications. Ollie, there we go. Live stream. Ah, there he is.
Until the clouds.
G'day. I can see Ollie on the screen.
I'm sort of
now.
trying to fight it with exposure a bit, but I can't fight. I can't fight full on clouds like I'm getting.
There's you can hear him speaking in there.
It's always the case, isn't it?
Oh well. I hope you get more gaps there, Ollie, and it keeps stays more clear. Stays clear. Next to no clear patches here, and Wangers. I'm not sure where that is. Wongeray? I don't know. No, it shouldn't be because it should be clear up there. I'm not sure where that is. Oh, Wanganui. Sorry, Wanganui. Yeah, sorry. Not up with the exact local slang down there, or the name of it. Gotcha now. Oh, so it's cloudy down there. Oh yeah, there was. I think when I did see a prediction. It was Weather Watch, Phil, who does it, and he actually did did a map showing of where they thought that the sky was going to be clear. And I know that the sort of northern part of the North Island was going to be clear, but I think the middle part and the eastern part was going to be cloudy. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain. Yeah, sorry for not knowing Wongers was Wanganui, but it makes sense now. Never know. It could have been a place in Australia. I wasn't sure. So forgive me for not picking up on that one. Let's see how we're going with the darker side. You can see that nice some red glow starting up there now. A bit more. So when this starts to get a little sort of when we've got not much of the grey left, we'll zoom over to the not the dark side, but the darker side, and hopefully we'll get a bit more colour in that. I haven't actually looked outside to see. Head scope out ready, but no hope. Ah, that's no good, Richard. Yeah, I know. That's frustrating. I feel your frustration because that's what happened to us last year. We were just completely in cloud up here. So missed it completely. I think the wind might have settled down a bit. I'm just going to have a look. What have we got? On the observatory, I've got the cloud watcher on there, and it's showing the wind speed is about 3.9 kilometres, gust 6.4, so that's better. It has dropped a bit compared to the way it was before. Hi Simon, how's it going? I don't think you get to see this. I'm pretty sure it doesn't go through England, but I could be wrong. I haven't looked at the map for a bit. I know some parts of the states do. I think it's the is it the western side of the states? I'm trying to work that out. Gets it. Some of the states does, but I don't know if you don't. It doesn't happen. You don't see the eclipse, Simon, or you do? Oh, you didn't know it was happening. Okay. I'm guessing maybe you don't see, because normally the TV channels and that will do a little piece saying and for the eclipse tonight. So that's usually when people get to know that something's happening. I haven't. I did have. I'm just going to pull up. I had this here, which shows this is the this on this website shows you where we are on the eclipse now at this particular time. So we seem to be well, kind of roughly in keeping with that. Yeah, not there. No, I didn't think it was. I didn't think England was getting it. I think it was just parts of the States, and then it was really much the Pacific, Pacific Islands, New Zealand, Australia, stuff like that. So, how's the weather been over there, Simon? Have you managed to get a bit more imaging with that new scope? Full moon doesn't help for imaging unless you can find a really bright target. Yeah, this time, like we sort of, if you're going to do any imaging, you just got to do HA and over sort of looking towards Carina or whatever. The scope that I'm using for this is a terrible worst start of the year that I can remember. Sunny now, Simon. Yeah, we had a summer here, lasted 2 weeks basically this year. It was terrible. Richard, what scope am I using? I'm just using the little ASCAR 65 PHQ. All my rigs have been set up for doing mono, and the only camera I've got is this 294 MC Pro, which I have had sitting on the shelf. It was the first camera that I started doing imaging with, and then I switched to mono, and I haven't really used it much. And I didn't really want to start pulling apart some of the other two rigs. I've got the Skywatcher 120 in the observatory along with the Meade 10-inch, but I didn't want to start pulling those apart, so I thought I'll just throw the 294 on the back of the ASCAR. And yeah, I mean it's not it doesn't wouldn't normally fill the screen natively as if I had it on the full setting. That's why I've reduced the ROI here to 2072 to 1410. Otherwise it would be a lot smaller on the screen, but at least I can quickly do a live stream with it without pulling apart too much gear. You can see a bit in the moon. Sue can see a bit in the moon in Sydney. Need the clouds to disperse more. Okay, well, fingers crossed that happens. And you can see, at least if you can get some glimpses through it, particularly when it's doing its nice glow, that would be at least something. Let's go and have a look. Over the side here. Yep, getting a bit more of that red look on it, which is nice. It's been a while since I've used she used Sharp Cap, so I'm just trying to get my settings and everything right. You better not have a cyclone over there next February when I pop over like last time. Yeah, well, I think, cyclone season starts, I think it's about November or late November, or it might be December, and it runs through to April, and we're in peak cyclone season now. And I think I've just had the first proper cyclone start up in the tropics, and then it very quickly travelled down sort of in our direction, but missed us headed off over to the east, and we didn't get any effect from it. So, but yeah, here's fingers crossed. There's no cyclones, but yeah, you are going to be coming over sort of cyclone season, but at least not March, not the peak, because you never know. Ah, g'day, Seven Skies Astro, you've joined. Nice. Gonna have a quick watch while on a tea break. Oh, very good. I suppose it's what are we? So over where you are, it's you're at work. I presume, Robbie, you're at work. If you're having a tea break, or you're having a tea break at home, I'm not sure. But thank you for popping in, even for a tea break. So Ollie's back into cloud again. He was getting some breaks, and I did quickly go onto his live stream, and I did see the moon there for a bit there. So it disappeared. How's your weather been, Rob? At work? Oh, you're at work. Yeah. Makes sense, because I think it would be, if I've got my, what would it be, 10:37 a.m. there. Kiwi 987. From New Zealand. So you'll be able to. Well, can you see it out the window, or are you in one of the clouded out areas of New Zealand? You're supposed to be working, Simon. Yeah. No point in overdoing it. These things. Well, they kind of happen a few times. I think the next one we're not going to get till 2028 is because we're going to get the solar eclipse, which will be exciting. So if you see me looking across here, I'm looking at the chats over here. So if you see me looking away over here, it's because I'm looking at the chat and seeing what people are saying. So what time are we? 11:38. So about 20 minutes away, give or take, from maximum. From total eclipse, but then maximum eclipse is not again until 12:33 a.m. Hello from Auckland. Hi there. I presume Julie, first name. You'll be able to see it right out the window, which will be good. If you've got some binoculars, have a look. At it's quite cool to see it, obviously, when it's in total eclipse or even maximum, because then it's kind of it's weird, because you can see you see this blood red moon, and then you can see all the stars and everything all glowing again nicely. So that's I know normally on a no moon night we see the stars anyway, but there's something a little strange about seeing a full blood moon and then all the stars in the background suddenly are appearing. So it's also a good time to get another telescope out and quickly image something that requires darker skies. Cloudy in Indonesia. Oh, that's no good. Sorry to hear that. Let's change the exposure over here a bit. Oh, went a bit too far there. There we go. So you can see that that red colour coming in a bit more. I've just got to adjust the fiddle around with the white balance and things on SharpCap too. I haven't. It's been a while since I've done this, so need to make sure I get those settings right. But we can see the red coming in now. Probably since we're over 50% of the moon showing its colour now, we maybe can just concentrate on the darker area now. Oh, I see, Simon. Sorry, Rob, you're saying to Simon, oh, you can't make the, is that astronomy show that you're talking about? You're saying you can't make the astronomy show? Because I normally I quite enjoy seeing the videos that you guys are making of whenever you all trip up there and have a get together and check out all the equipment. It's unfortunately is something that we just do not have here in New Zealand. Just not enough people to have something like that, which would be quite cool. We just have to travel. I'm not sure even if there's one something like that, sort of with a lot of equipment, apart from when Dylan did star stuff. But I think for any of those other things, they have to travel further afield for those sorts of get-togethers with all the equipment. But we just don't have it down here, which is a shame. Makes it a little tricky for getting equipment, especially when you've got to get it through customs, and they like to hoof their tax on there. I see. Just reading the chat there, looks like Rob spent a bit of money on the last PAS astronomy get together you went to, so it might be safer for the wallet not to turn up, but not as much fun if you can buy some equipment. But you're going along, Simon, I presume? You usually do. Catch up with Glenn and everybody else. Yeah, well, we have different skies. I know Dylan always talks about us having the better hemisphere. I'm not sure about that. But we have, different objects, obviously, to image, and we're lucky to have the large and small Magellanic Clouds to image. And we're kind of lucky that we don't have a galaxy season as such. We kind of have a sort of a little bit of a downtime when there's not many nebulae to image. Usually when, not a lot of those are available to image sort of in the evening, you might have to wait until like 3 or 4 in the morning or whatever, but we usually have the Helix to nebula to image if we want to, a few others, and also there's always lots of targets in the large Magellanic Cloud to image, which is up all the time. It's just that it dips down quite low when it's going around the South Celestial, and for me it goes right down into the bright light dome of Auckland City, so I have to wait till it gets up higher or image a little bit further north. So the clouds have cleared, yay! Oh, excellent. I'm glad you can see it, because you'll be starting to see it. You'll be seeing it turning red, which will be nice. Simon, yep, you'll be there. We've got Karina. Yeah, and some other awesome targets. Yes, we do, but you guys do in the Northern Hemisphere as well, which now that I don't have the access to the rig in Spain, can't image those anymore, but that's okay. It was fun. It was fun doing that for a couple of years. It's an expense. There's no denying that, but it was a good option for not having to send a rig overseas, which, if you want to get a rig together and make sure that it has everything on board, including a flat panel for doing flats and, a rotator if you want to rotate objects around, it can be quite an expensive thing to get together and send overseas, especially from here in New Zealand, because, you're sending things anywhere's a long way from here. And the equipment is, it's quite expensive to get together and send it away. So having the option to actually just rent a made-up rig that you get to use yourself was great. Worked really, really well. But after 2 years, I thought it was time to bring that to an end. You can't get your Simon. You can't get your Esprit 120 on the plane. Yeah, but you've got some smaller ones. You have to bring some of your other smaller travel rigs with you for sure. And because the nice thing about things like Carina and Tarantula Nebula and all that kind of stuff, you don't need many hours to get a nice usable image, and you can get away with sort of short exposures. I just did a Carina one recently that I posted up on Astrobin, and it was I did I think it was 3-minute exposures. I think it was 3-minute exposures because it just gets too bright. You blow out the center. So it's a good opportunity. You can get things like that. The Statue of Liberty Nebula, those can all be done with relatively short integration time. So yeah, bring something along smaller. Queenstown, beautiful down there, all nice and clear. Yeah, well, that would look spectacular with the blood moon over the rising up over the mountains. Not much snow on them, I'd imagine, at the moment because it's summer, but yeah, that would be quite quite picturesque down there. Yeah, I love Queenstown as well. We try to go down there as much as we can, usually in winter, but it's just beautiful down there with the mountains and everything, and also if you get some dark sky and you get the mountains, you can do some Milky Way shots and things. It's great. Love it down there. I'm not sure how. I think Queenstown will be. I think it'll be still quite good. I got to work out what the time is when the solar eclipse is happening in 2028. But I imagine that Queenstown still should be pretty good. I'm not sure exactly where the centre is going through for the solar eclipse. For there. Oh, Rob, you have to go back to work. Oh well, thanks for popping in, and yeah, I hope you get some clear skies and get some imaging, and I'll keep an eye out for your next video on your channel. Right, get back to work. It's coming up nice and getting some nice red colour now. Just going to change back the exposure just back the other way a bit just to sort of see. Yeah, so we've got not a lot left in the sunlight, so bring that up a bit, not too much. Staying at Mount Cook next year. Oh, that's amazing. That's great. Yeah, we've been there a couple of times. Travel from Queenstown, and are you staying at the? Now, is it the Heritage? Is that what it's called? I think. I'm not sure. Planning doing the Hooker Valley. Yep, track to the and you can see the glacier from there. It can be really windy. They had a bit of a problem. I think they had. We've done it. We've done that a couple of times. I have a feeling they had to rebuild some of the bridges. There's a couple of big swing bridges there, and I think there was some issue with them. But by the time you get there, they should be all sorted, I would imagine. But that'll be good to do the walk out to there, and yeah, get some Milky Way shots with the mountains. Hoping it's clear, of course, down there, but fingers crossed. If you're going to some lodge at the base, can't remember the name. Okay, yeah, I think think it'll be. Sure, it'll be the. Where are we? The Hermitage. I think I've got that right. Trying to get the right. Yeah, the Hermitage. So, which is where we've stayed a couple of times. And if you're going to the, are you driving? Will you be you'll be driving from say Queenstown 2-minute cook, I presume, Simon. If you are, you want to stop at the there's a salmon farm along the way, and we do that when we go along there. And you can stop. You can buy some salmon, but you can also have some fresh salmon, some salmon sushi, or salmon done 100 ways. So yeah, okay. So make sure you stop at the salmon farm. I can look that up later and let you know anyway. But it's a pretty common stop off, and just nice to get a meal there, and also take away some stuff. Particularly if you're getting a place where you've got cooking facilities, if you're going to be doing some cooking, you can take some salmon with you. But that's pretty good, pretty cool. Yeah, so to anybody who's watching, thank you for joining. You stayed at Twizel last time, nearby. Yeah, Twizel's quite small. I remember going through there. We were going through, and I wanted to get just a little vanilla ice cream tub, and boy, the trouble that I have getting an ice cream in Twizel, I don't know why. It was really hard to find somewhere to get just a nice vanilla ice cream in Twizel. Got there eventually, but took a while. High Country Salmon, that's the one. Yeah. And it's quite cool because you can see all the glacial water and everything there, which is just very cool, sort of blue colour. But yeah, I forgot the name of it there. Very good. Thank you for letting us know that. Auckland with clear views. Yeah, it'll be nice. I actually haven't. I should really be looking out the window. I'm sitting in here. Sometimes I think I did a live stream the first time a few years ago, and I was actually out in the observatory, and I was able to stick my head out the window and have or out the roof and have a look. But at the moment, I'm looking at computer screens, which is probably sacrilege, some would say. But yeah. So we had no summer this year. It was terrible. It was shocking. Still cold. Only a few sunny, hot days. A very little summer compared to last year. Super cold in the mornings. Doesn't warm up until noon. Yeah, summer just, I don't know, it's like 2 weeks. We got this sort of towards the end of last year, we got this warm weather, and we thought, oh, this is going to be good, and really nice warm days, and it's going to be good for a warm summer. And it wasn't sort of cold, but there was a lot of rain, there was a lot of wind. It was pretty disappointing, and not a lot of clear sky for imaging, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just going to move this now. Just get the controls. I'm just going to make sure I've got the right control. Oh no, that was the wrong way. Definitely just move it back into the center a bit. No, wrong way. Just going to put it. I was just starting to wander off a little bit. No, oops. I'll get there eventually. Hang on. Keep forgetting I haven't got should have made the camera so that it moved exactly the way. No, move that down. We're getting there. Sorry, it's moving around a bit. And I think one more time. I'll put it there. Yeah, so summer was not good, and it was starting. It's cold today. It wasn't that warm. Anyone got experience with smart telescopes? I don't have a smart telescope myself, but my brother has the C-Star S50, and he's been getting a lot of enjoyment out of it. And he actually did some imaging of some targets, and I then got the FITS files off, because you can save the individual FITS files, and I processed them through PixInsight, and you can get quite a lot more detail from it. But some people can be a bit rude about the smart scopes, but I think they're great. I mean, I think they really open up the possibilities to image the amazing stuff that's in the night sky without necessarily having to outlay a whole lot of money, without having to sort of spend a whole lot of time, do a steep learning curve, learning the processing, etc. And, I think you can get immense enjoyment out of it. And my brother's really enjoying it, and he's doing some solar imaging as well. He did do I think the Lunar Eclipse, the last one, but he's in Australia. And so he captured that one. And of course, they're getting better and better. And we've got the, it's the S30 Pro coming out, which looks even better. I think they're great. Will they ever replace, big rigs doing long exposures, etc., on sort of dim targets? Probably not. Who would know further down the track how sensitive things go? The equipment has been advancing so quickly recently, but for what they do, I think they do it really well, and I think they're great for outreach and really opening up for people the night sky and getting people excited about the night sky. So I think they're a great idea, particularly, they're not, particularly the sea stars. And then, of course, you've got the Dwarf Lab ones, which are even, some of them are even cheaper. Okay, we're watching, watching from Auckland, Chantel Baker. Thank you for popping in. How clear is it? Now worth getting out of bed to have a look. It's cold. Depends where you are. Up in Auckland, it's nice and clear. But in the middle part of the North Island and out in the east, I think it's quite cloudy. So it depends on whether it's clear where you are. But if you can poke your head out the window and have a look, I think it's worth a look, because it should be getting pretty red by now. I can't see it myself live. I might just quickly stick my head out the window and have a look, see how it is. But how long now till full eclipse? So full eclipse, Simon, it says that total eclipse is 12:04, so that's going to be 6 minutes away, but 12:33 is when it's maximum eclipse. So it's sort of a bit over half an hour away till maximum. Clear view in Victoria, excellent. Oh, hi, Frank. Excellent. Oh, well, you'll get a nice view, because I know that Ollie's doing his live stream, and I think he was getting some clouds, but hopefully, if you've got clear skies, hopefully he has now too. A 1 hour window. Oh well, as long as that window occurs at the maximum of dark sky, that's ideal. If you guys will excuse me just for a second, I'm just going to look out the window and see what it looks like live. I'll be back in about a minute. And I'm back. Yeah, I think not quite seeing, looking out the window, not seeing the nice the best red of it yet, because there's still quite a bit of this white area here, this lighter area here, which is sort of overpowering the view of with your eyes. But if you've got binoculars out, it'd be quite good. You have the ED80 out with the ZWO on high gain. Nice. So you're going to be doing some capturing some shots, I guess. I hope it stays clear down there. I hope it's clear for Ollie. I might just quickly nip over and have a look and see what what's happening with his live stream. Oh, nice. Yep, he's got some nice clear moon shots now. That's good. Excellent. So is the sky clear in Wellington at the moment? I should actually have a look. I can look at the, I might just look at the map here and see. Looks a little cloudy over Wellington as far as I can tell. Unless you're getting breaks in the sky and in the clouds, it does look a little bit on the cloudy side there. So where are we now? 12:01. So apparently in 3 minutes we'll be in total eclipse, and then we will go for another half an hour. Hopefully we'll get rid of this sort of brighter bar. In fact, if I can bring the exposure down, I don't want to bring it down too much, otherwise we miss out on seeing the nice red. But yeah, so hello to any of the people who have joined. Thank you for joining this live stream. As I mentioned at the beginning, when I think probably nobody was watching, I haven't done one of these for a couple of years, so it took a little while to set things up and get it all organised. But you can see I've got the time showing up, what time it is currently in Auckland in New Zealand at the moment. So 12:02 a.m. And then I just listed the which I hope you can see on the screen there, when in red where it says when maximum eclipse is. So you can see it's just past midnight, 3 minutes past midnight. So in half an hour, maximum eclipse. Yeah, that can be a bit. It can be a bit tricky trying to get your balance right and your exposure right, etc. So yeah, it can be quite tricky to get it right, especially when you're doing it on a live like this. But I think with the SLR, I did a couple of the last one that we had where it was actually clear. I did a few shots with the DSLR, but I don't have a really good zoom lens, so it looked like a very small red thing in the sky. So yeah. So there's a bit of a delay I can see from when I'm talking to when it appears on the screen. So yeah, it might be a bit of a delay between me being able to read or reply to any chats that you have posted up there. We got 45 people viewing, 42 suddenly. So that's good. As I said, if there are people from other areas, I know we got some from England, and I think one from Indonesia and some from Australia watching, apart from other people in New Zealand. But if you're from somewhere else, let us know where you're from. That's a nice thing about these sorts of things, live stream. You can sort of get a connection from all around the world, which is quite nice. I don't know how many of you watch follow Fraser Kane, who does the all the sort of space news from around the world. He was doing, I think he was live streaming, but I think it just got in the clouds, and I think he finished it. But I'm not sure where he was where exactly he is to be able to get the eclipse. But I think he had a it up for a short time there, but I don't think it lasted too long. But yeah, hello to everybody out there who's joined the live stream, and thank you very much for coming in and having a look. So if we are at 12:06, so in theory, according to the details on the screen that say that total eclipse is 12:04 a.m., that means we have now entered total eclipse. But we've still got this bright area here because there's still a bit of light sort of getting in there. It's not until 12:33 that we'll get to maximum, when hopefully this will be not prominent. Ash FX98, sorry I haven't got my glasses on so it's hard to read these things. In New Zealand, Auckland 2, using this as a reference so I don't have to sit out in the cold to wait for totality. Yeah, fair enough. The weather has dropped a bit, and us Aucklanders are not that used to the cold compared to other areas of the country further south. But yeah, at least you can look at it out the window anyway. At least it is good to be able to see it live with your own eyes. There's something sort of special about seeing these things. It's a bit like when like imaging, say with the telescope system Saturn and the rings is very cool, but there's just a different level when you look down a telescope and you see it with your eyes. So I haven't done some visual for a long time. I've been very much doing the astrophotography, and it was in January I got a very old 40-plus-year-old 8-inch Meade telescope that my father bought donkeys years ago and did some visual, and it was actually very cool. It was actually quite exciting to actually see these things with your eyes. And Saturn wasn't in the best position to look, but we could, I could look at Orion, and sure, we can't see the color, but you could still see some structure in the cloud, and we could see the Tarantula Nebula and everything. So yeah, doing some visual was very, very cool. So yeah, getting out and seeing it with your own eyes or through binoculars is different. It's just a different experience, I think, to seeing it on a screen with a camera taking it. Oh, now I better catch up on the our Credence Carepo Carina chair. Yep, g'day. How's it going there? Am I in Auckland or at Langs Beach? I'm in Auckland. I didn't travel up there. I think, I could have, it might have been nicer to go up there because the skies would have been darker, and because down here we're Bortle, sort of really more Bortle 6. I think if I'm pointing towards the city, it's probably more Bortle 7. If I'm pointing away from the city, potentially Bortle 5 to 6. But up at Langs Beach, it's more of a sort of a 3. So the skies are a lot better up there. And I thought about, heading up there, but I haven't really got it so well set up for live streaming like I have here. The other thing is we've had some quite strong winds, and I've got this little telescope, this ASCAR 65 PHQ set up in the observatory, and so it's got some shelter from the wind. I think the wind has dropped a bit. Let me just have a look. Yeah, it has dropped. We've got sort of wind about 3 kilometres, gusting 6.4 kilometres, but it had been up at 15 k's, etc. And I think if I wasn't sure whether up at Langs it might blow the telescope over, being so windy, since it was a small scope and it's just sitting on the AM5 mount. So this was the better option. Plus, also I'm sitting in here in the study, looking at the screens and controlling it from here. Yeah, it probably is chilly out there tonight. I'm not sure what. I'll just look at the phone and see what temperature it reckons it is. Yeah, 14 degrees. I mean, it's not. I know people from the South Island will laugh at us in Auckland, going, "Oh, it's cold at 14 degrees," but you know, it's chilly compared to how we've had some nice warm nights here. Yep, it's perfect NZ styles. It's a perfect cloudless night in Auckland. It is. We're lucky. We're lucky that it's got nice and clear tonight. Moyash Kiwi got sick of being out in the cold, so came here to see it. Haha. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining the live stream. I guess the cold weather maybe is working in my favour. They've got more people watching it than might normally, but yeah, it's still it'd still say, excuse me, even without going outside, still have a look out the window and see it with your own eyes, because it is different to seeing it on the screen. So Simon, you're a 4, so yeah, you've got some nice dark sky there. It makes a huge difference. I mean, I was imaging a target down here. I started off down here in Auckland, and admittedly, when I went up to Langs Beach, it was a different telescope, but the F rating wasn't hugely different between the Skywatcher and the other one I was using. I think one's 7 and the 7. I can't remember what Simon, you probably remember what the F ratio is on the Skywatcher 120, but with the ASCA 65 PHQ, it wasn't hugely different. I mean, you know, I know it's an exponential rise as you drop down, as you go, your f-stop gets, as you get faster and faster with your telescope, but it wasn't a huge bit of difference. But I did 24 hours on a target here in Auckland, and then I went up to Langs Beach and I did 4 hours, and I had so much more detail in the 4 hours than I did up from Langs Beach than I did in the 24 hours down here. And I ended up throwing the 24 hours worth of data away from that I captured in Auckland, because when I combined it with the 4 hours, it just made it worse. So yeah, if you can get into dark skies, you can just, you know, it makes a huge difference to your imaging time compared to if you're in, you know, high border sky. Yeah, F7. And I think thank you, Simon. It's an F7. I think the ASCA 65 PHQ is 6.5. Let me just remind myself. Specifications 6.4. So it's faster, but it's not massively faster. And the difference came down to those clear skies up north, the dark skies made a huge difference. So yeah, if you can get yourself into dark skies, that's the way to go. Get a coffee, Logan. Yeah, I probably do need a coffee at this to stay awake. I think the rest of the family is going to bed, but yeah, coffee would be a good idea to keep me awake. We're getting some nice red colour in here now, and we're seeing this, you know, when I did the lunar eclipse, I can't remember, I did a live stream a few years ago, and we never really got it into full deep red colour. There was always this bright light area at one edge, and it wasn't as deep as this one is. So I'm hoping that this one, you know, we've got another 17 minutes yet till it gets to full. So we should have the whole thing a nice deep, a nice red colour. So I don't know, the family says they're outside looking at the eclipse, so that's good. I think they're listening to me on the live stream as well, and they heard me saying that. I think they'd gone to bed, and I wronged them. That was wrong. Sorry. They're up looking at the eclipse, so that's good. Mad Sarima, very cold at the moment. My window just isn't doing it for me. But lol, it's too cold to stand outside. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, I'm in here, so it's pretty warm. It's quite warm in the study actually. So, oh, that's all right. I mean, I've been sent a heart from my wife, so she's forgiven me for telling her that she was actually wasn't looking at the eclipse when she actually is. It should be looking pretty good now. Through, if you're looking outside, straight outside, it should look pretty good now because that light area is just about disappeared. So yeah. Ah, thank you, Simon. That's very generous of you. I shall definitely buy one later. It's very kind. Thank you. So we've got how long have we got? I'd say 14 degrees, but the wind, the wind is making it much colder. It was chilly today. I mean, I think it was like 19 degrees, they said, but it still felt colder than that. And there's this damn wind, which is going to go, it'll go, I think it's going to get lighter tomorrow, and then we get some light winds, so that'll be quite good. So who have we got here? Guitar Wings 705, thanks Logan. TGA, other channels were good. This is the best. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind. Thank you. And we've got the Gillies Astro 62, 12 hour 16 in France, 12:16, Eclipse Invisible. Yes. I'm not surprised. But thank you for joining from France. So in the maximum eclipse, it's the darkest. Yes. So all this lighter bit sort of disappears, and you're just left with the red. And then it'll this time now, and perhaps over the next 20 minutes will be the best bit, and then it'll start to get lighter again at one end. But this we're getting into the nicest, deepest bit. You can play around with you can cheat a little bit with the white balance on here, and it's actually not making any difference. I'm changing the red, and it's just red, so it's not really making any difference. I'm not really cheating. It is nice red color. If we I'll just go up to the exposure here a bit. Take it too bright, too dark, it gets too dark. And oops. And then if we go too bright, it's a bit bright. So I'll just bring it down a little bit so that lighter area isn't sort of blown out too much at the top. Just careful with the changing the exposures there that I don't overdo it. It's so small in New Zealand that it's freezing outside. Yeah, it is small, but it's cool. It's very cool. I think there was an eclipse or a partial eclipse, and it was around moonrise, I think, something like that. So of course it was near the horizon, so the moon looked really big, which is nice. Whereas here it's up quite high, so it is going to look quite small. Yeah, the light's disappearing, and you should now start to be seeing. You should see all the stars now sort of reappear in the background, which is quite nice. Nice to see. It's unusual to get a full moon yet see all the stars as well, but that's because it's we're in nice sort of getting into a nice full eclipse. So as this area gets a little darker, then I'll just brighten it up a little bit, so this area will get a bit lighter. But if I sort of try to make this area lighter with the exposure, it might blow this bit out a bit. Yeah, I don't want to fiddle around with it too much. Clear skies here in Christchurch, but wouldn't call it much of a blood moon. Oh, really? Okay. I had a look out a little while. I haven't actually had a look with out the window again for a little bit. If you give me 2 ticks, I'm just going to pop out and look out the window again as well. Hang on a moment. I will be back. Mute. I'm back. Just had a quick look out the window there, and I can see there was a comment made from someone down in Christchurch. Said that it wasn't looking so flash. I get what you're saying, because it's still sort of looks a bit brighter. This area here still looks a lot lighter in reality. But I think also if you get binoculars, have a look at it with the binoculars, because it should look a lot better with that. But I just had a look outside too, and I could see all the stars had all reappeared, which is quite cool. So I just quickly catch up with the chat thing here. Barely visible here. A little tinge of orange if I zoom in with my phone. Oh yeah, okay. Then the Waikato. And what have we got? Solar Power 909. Hello from Sydney. It's cloudy here. Can't see much out there. Happy 15th January Chinese Lunar New Year of the Horse. It's an extremely rare occasion to encounter a full moon during a Chinese New Year. Ah, I did not know that. I think it had cleared at one stage for a little bit, but I think it's obviously more clouds passing through. Hit the like button, gang. Thank you very much for suggesting that. That's very kind of you. It's orange, very clear over here in Samoa. Hello in Samoa. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so it should be looking pretty good from there. Oh, I just reminded you have binoculars. Yeah, yeah. Have a look with the binoculars. I think it should look a bit better, and you'll be able to see it better. Clear sky in Papakura. Yep. Yeah. So all of Auckland should be pretty good, and up Northland as well. I would imagine. Just up the exposure just a little bit here, so we get a bit more brightness. not overdo it too much. Red, all around 66. Wow, cleanest stream of the eclipse so far. Top job. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, we've got some nice clear sky, so, which helps. Makes a change from what we've had more recently. So, yeah. But thank you for that. I'm glad it's you're enjoying the live stream. I don't think I'm gonna bump up the exposure a little bit and just see if we can see. Don't know. I'm just trying to see whether that's a little star down there or not. Stars are not obviously showing up. I'm not doing it long enough. I mean, this is sort of like what we call effectively like imaging. So it's it's just sort of basically a video of the moon. So usually things like other things in the background will not show up just because the moon's so bright. Can we zoom in and see the aliens? I don't think the aliens are there at the moment. I think they're on Saturn. It would be cool to see some aliens and scary at the same time, because so I'm just changing the exposure here just to sort of bring that bright area down a little bit so it's not too bright. Just making small adjustments. Yeah, I mean, that's the old question, isn't it? I mean, to my mind, the fact that there are so many planets, so many stars, so many galaxies out there, there's got to be life somewhere out there. So I really think that there must be. Whether or not we'll ever meet them or not, I don't know, because the distances are just so massive in space, unless somebody has managed to achieve what they achieve on Star Trek and things, but we may never know. But yeah, it would be nice to know if there's others out there, but it also be somewhat scary. It seems to be that cinema always depicts aliens as always attacking us, so hopefully that's not the case. Just gonna look at the zoom again here. Oh, hello. Oh, Montreal. You're from Montreal, Canada. And it's 6:26 a.m. Oh, it's early there. Thank you for joining the stream in the early hours of the morning. My Cron lens says I tried live with my iPhone, but it's not at all capturing. Okay, I haven't tried it with the iPhone. I don't know. My wife, I don't know if she's tried it with the iPhone or not. She was looking at it through binoculars and things. So, oh, I've got, what have I got? Choco Sir 34M. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on, so it's a bit hard to read some of the names here. Hi, sir. I'm from Malaysia. Hello. Thank you for joining the stream all the way from Malaysia. My Cronlens, how are you getting this view? Any equipment or website? So this view I have out. I've got a little observatory at home, and I have a telescope. It's an ASCAR 65 PHQ. So it's sort of smallish refractor, and I think it's 514 millimeter focal length, something like that. And I've got a color astronomy camera on the back, a 294 MC Pro, and that is all going to a little mini PC. And I'm basically remotely from the study here logging into the mini PC and getting the data here and then streaming it through OBS into the YouTube. So yeah, this is actually my little telescope, one of my little telescopes sitting in the observatory with a color camera on the back. Oh yeah, Frack's got some. He's got some amazing videos with the lensing that starts off like the moon's a little dot, and you end up zoomed way in looking at all the craters. It's quite amazing how that zooms in. Oh, 129 in Romania. Paradan Mello. Hello in Romania. Well, thank you for saying hello and letting me know where you're from, because it's quite cool to see all the different people, hear from different people around the world. Moon's starting to look good now. Okay. Yeah. Simon, yeah, hope it stays clear. It's supposed to stay clear all night, so we probably should be okay. I think I've just got a thank you. Thanks. Oh, it's not a coffee, Simon, but I just got delivered a tea from my darling wife. Thank you very much. It's got a fair bit of caffeine in it anyway as well, tea, so that'll help keep me awake. Solar power 9999. Little observatory at home is awesome. Yeah, it is. It depends on how big you want to make your observatory and how fancy you want to make it. But if you can get some sort of setup at home where, like an observatory, where you can easily roll the roof on and off, it really makes a huge difference the amount of time you can spend imaging. Because on those nights where you would look and go, well, it might be okay for a bit, but then there's some rain coming or clouds, and I've got to spend the whole lot of time setting it up, and then I've got to tear down the system again at the end, and it's really not worth it. But if you've got a little observatory set up somewhere, and you can go, oh, it's clear, pull the roof back, you're always polar aligned because your rig's set up in there all the time. You can be up and imaging in 5 minutes. And then if clouds come over, you can roll the roof back over, wait for it to clear again, open again. So it does make a huge difference the amount of time you can actually image, particularly if your weather is not great. I mean, we don't have a lot of clear skies here in Auckland through the year, so you've got to try and make the most of it. So if you can get a little observatory set up and be able to quickly roll the roof off, roll it back on again, and just capture an hour here and there in the evenings, it makes a big difference, huge difference. So we got in danger 3002. I hope this eclipse does not affect my students' behaviour tomorrow. Hopefully not, but you never know. Police 03 in Wellington, and I see nothing. Oh, so yeah, I think it's cloudy in Wellington. We got. So I'm just reading the live stream over here. Sorry, that's why I'm looking away from the camera. Claudia Johnson, better than all the official live streams. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you. Red Fox Trapper retracted the message. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Frack. It's looking awesome. Yeah, it is. It's nice that this one is a nice deep eclipse and staying into maximum eclipse. So we're in maximum eclipse now, basically. So it said 12:33. We're 12:34. So this is the peak of it. Who else we got? User XG, is it XG3OR? Hi from California, LA, California. Too cloudy here to see. Yeah. I think you were going to be able to see at some part. I think that coast of the if it was clear. But hopefully this is a substitute. Not quite as good as being able to see it live, but it's. I hope I can be a bit of a substitute. But thank you for joining me all the way over from the States. It's to do with the light as it sort of bends around the Earth, and it's because of the different speeds of the wavelengths. It's the red light that actually you're seeing hitting the moon, and that's why you're getting the red color. There'll be some, if you just Google some videos, I'm sure there'll be some people that will show it to you. more easily than me trying to describe it as to why it turns red, but it's all to do with the sort of the wavelengths of light and what, the red wavelength getting around the Earth and then sort of hitting the moon and making it glow. Download 3009. Thanks, Logan, for the live stream. My wife and I loved it. Great job. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, we're right in the middle of it, in the peak of the red, so that's nice. Where are we? Standard DM. I really should put my glasses on. Standard EMC 5713. Hello from America. It's cloudy here, so thank you for the live stream. Hello from over in the States. And thank you for joining. Blue S9K7B TYSM mine got away. Okay. Mike, watching from New Jersey, USA. Oh, we've got a few people now from the USA joining. Thank you for having a look. Solar power unknown traditionally on the 15th day of the first month of the Chinese Lunar New Year, which is actually tonight, to eat yummy rice ball and sugary filling inside, representing family reunion and solidarity. Nice and tasty by the sound of things at the same time. Border Wall 4547, too cloudy in Oregon. Oh, I'm sorry, that's too cloudy. And Matter 141, too cloudy in Australia. Yeah, some parts are a bit cloudy. I think, last time I checked, Ollie, who's down in Victoria, he was getting it clear. So, Stella 3129, so awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, OGG UK 5. Thank you very much for this for that. That's very greatly appreciated. Thank you. Didn't have to, but that was very nice of you. Thank you for that. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Stella, couldn't find the moon in the sky in Wellington. Yeah, I think there's quite a bit of cloud there. Hit high gain on your camera and you will see it. Oh, I see. Through, yeah. In Englewood, Colorado. It was beautiful. Yeah. Hello in Colorado. Little but fierce New Zealand, a little bit fierce, looking from Stratford, New Zealand, but too much cloud cover. Yeah, some parts of the country aren't getting the cloud cover, so this are getting too much cloud cover, so this will have to be the substitute. So thanks for having a look. Watching from Sydney is Simran Singh, watching from Sydney, missing home, right, Mount Roskill, Auckland. Oh, okay. So your keyword defected over the ditch. That's okay. We got it's so freezing cold outside in Auckland right now, Simran. Yeah, it is a bit chilly. 14 degrees with a with a wind, so it's a bit chilly. Perfect here in Brisbane at the moment. Yours is much larger. And they're coming up thick and fast now, so sorry if I missed some of the comments. Someone on another stream said he thought it was the rapture. All right. Tim Kepper, Hastings, New Zealand, clear at the moment. Nice. Hello from Long Island. It's so cloudy here we can't see anything. Well, thanks for joining the live stream. I missed it in Cedarburg, Wisconsin. And we've got Soulful Words. It's so beautiful from here in Auckland. Yeah, I've been looking at it from my own room, and it looks like a 3D ball in the sky. And it looks really cool with all the stars sort of in the background too. And yeah, as I said before, although you see the stars when it's, a crescent moon or there's no moon up there, you see that anyway, but seeing what looks like a full moon but nice and red, but then all the stars in the background is still something just a bit different and quite cool to see. Cloudy in San Francisco Bay. Oh, that's a shame. We have no eclipse here, so I'm happy to see this. Oh, thank you. Peace and love, good energy and positive vibrations, plus healing frequencies to the world. Thank you. I think the world needs it at the moment. Douglas Wagner. Yeah. There's a lot of craziness going on at the moment, and sometimes it's nice just to stop and look at the sky and kind of forget all the madness that's going on. Howdy from far north of Queensland. Cloudy. Oh, damn. Yeah, but that looks like it's red from the bottom, like 3/4. Yeah. Checking again. You'll be back. Yes, check and have a look outside. Always check and see it outside. Just seeing what... just getting the odd text from my wife because she's up the other end of the house looking outside. In Ohio, cloud cover, my neighbour who has a telescope is crushed. It looks beautiful there, thank you. I have a friend who lives in New Zealand. Yeah, well, we got, I share their feelings because last year, well, the last eclipse, sorry, it was completely cloudy here. I think it was raining and everything, so completely missed it. So that was really disappointing. Great view from Tauranga through the Sea Star S30, nice. Yeah, my brother has a Sea Star S50 and he's over in the Gold Coast. He imaged it I think the last eclipse that they saw up there, he imaged with that. And it looked good. This is the Sea Star 30 would be nice, but wider field of view. They're cool little scopes, the Sea Stars. I like them. I think they're great. Iron Man, thank you for showing this to us. Moon is setting here in Toronto. Okay, but you'll be seeing it nice and red, I presume. Hey from BC, Canada. Oh, too cloudy to see the blood moon here. Damn. Okay. Oh well, this will have to be the substitute. Looks a little more done for you. Still a little past 3/4 here. Yeah. Yeah, we're fully into it. Maximum eclipse. And at 1:02, so we will be sort of heading out a little bit, so it will be starting to get a bit lighter at one end. Cloudy here in Vancouver, BC. Oh, that's a shame. I can't see anything. I think the moon already set over here in Florida. Okay. Yeah. I have a very soothing voice. Thank you. Hopefully not too soothing as sending everybody to sleep. But thank you. Right. Well, it's slowly go back to normal too. Yes. Hopefully get a good view of it if the cloud clears. Yeah, so you will see it'll just go back and you'll just see the red slowly disappearing in the lighter area, and then of course we'll go back to full bright sky and all the stars disappearing again, unfortunately. But that will happen. That you'll get the full back partial eclipse ends. It says 2:17. It's probably about 2:30. It'll look more like it's full, I think. But I imagine probably everybody will have probably gone to bed by that stage because everybody is mostly interested in seeing the blood moon. And Ontario, Canada, too cloudy here, but holding out hope. Oh, fingers crossed. Excuse me, I'm just going to dunk my ginger nut in my cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're saying from Brisbane, it looks like a dull brownish colour. It does. I mean, I guess this is also to do with, it's a camera, which is quite sensitive and picking up the colour, so it's showing it as quite nice and red. I don't think I'm making sure that I'm not overdoing the white balance and everything, but maybe if you have a look with binoculars, it might look a bit more impressive. Because I think my wife was looking at it with the binoculars and she said that it looked very good through the binocs. So maybe with a look. This is so solar power 999. This is full red moon. I mean, we actually hit the deepest at 12:33. So it's 12:45. So we are sort of starting to head out of it a bit. There is a little light bit here. If I bring the exposure down a bit to try and get rid of that lighter bit up in the top corner, it'll tend to make this area look a little bit too dull. And we are sort of heading back to the brighter, to the lighter area. But this is basically the red that we're seeing now. Yoni 6, you got a cup of tea? Yeah, you got to have a cup of tea now. Especially if it's cold outside. Jackson, at 6 a.m. you've got school in a few minutes. Just want to see the lunar eclipse before I go. Okay, well, have a good day at school. Thank you very much for getting up early and having a look and joining the live stream. Sorry, I'm just talking through chewing my ginger nut. The ginger nut is very good. Got to have a ginger nut with a cup of tea. Give it a dunk. Perfect. But yes, thank you for asking, but it was great. My wife's just texted me from the other end of the house. Air pollution and it looks good here. Looks like that with the light bit outside through the binos. Okay. Yeah, you can see the light bit through the binoculars now. Too cloudy in Sydney, that's a shame. There's red moon and sometimes blue moon. Well, the red moon is actually to do with the light beams and the wavelengths. It's going around, it's sort of being bent around the Earth, and it's the reds that we're seeing primarily on hitting the moon. The blue moon, it's not really a blue moon. They talk about blue moons, but it's not. You don't really see it blue. But we definitely see a red with the lunar eclipse. Here in Hawaii, it's pretty cloudy. Oh, that's a shame. It sounds like a lot of places are in cloud, so we're quite lucky that we've got it clear here. Got some views of it during breaks in the clouds. Yeah, at least with something like this, as long as you can get a little bit of a break and you can sort of see the nice red colour. Yonis don't have any bickies. Oh well, enjoy the tea anyway. Hello from Auckland, New Zealand. Yep. Was it Andre Hanlon? Yeah, it's nice and clear out there at the moment. Okay, Jackson. Yep, nice seeing you too. Thanks for popping into the live stream. Really appreciate that. What do we got? Lisa Suarez, sorry if I'm butchering your name. Very cloudy in northern Indiana. Thanks for sharing that with us. So you're welcome. Thank you for popping in and joining and having a look. Okay, what else have we got? Standard, DMC. Most of Midwest America is covered in foggy clouds, sadly. Oh, okay. It's common during early March here. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. We have lots. I mean, we're Aotearoa, which loosely translates to land of the long white clouds. So you can imagine that we get cloud quite a lot. And particularly up here in Auckland, it's probably not the most ideal place for imaging with a telescope because of the amount of cloud we get. But you got to do get what you can, and at the moment we're lucky because it's clear. Can't believe how lucky Auckland is. Don't know, we'll find that again. Yeah, it is. We are lucky because I think it's been not very good, and I think we've got sort of clouds coming up again. So we've got 2 nights of clear sky, which has worked out really well. Yeah, that's right. That's the good explanation for the blue moon. It's to do with the second full moon in a single calendar month. So we never see it blue. They call it a blue moon. It's just rare, but we do have we have a blood moon for where we do actually see it as red, but a blue moon is just in name only. You never have it turning blue. Yeah, it is rare. We don't see them so often, but they're definitely not blue. What have we got? Blaine 2793. I went outside took a couple of pics, but cold for underwear, so I abandoned it. Okay, fair enough. Probably not ideal to go out in the underwear, but that's okay. Was barely able to see the umbra, but we're now well past sunrise in the southwest Florida. Okay, thank you for sharing this. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, sun will have spoilt the party. Lucky and blessed here in Auckland, and glad you're sharing it with many from other countries. Thanks, Logan. Oh, thank you. That's all for words. Yeah, we are lucky to have it clear. I'm just going to remember which buttons to press here to move the mount to try and get this to come back a bit more into the middle. I'm hoping I get it in the right way. Yep, here we go. Just to put it back into the center again a bit. It's just slightly, very slowly wandering. Only white. Oh yeah. Let's see. Subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, Guitar Wings, for the sub. Much appreciated. Watching from Ghana. Kimberly is watching from Ghana. Thanks for watching, for popping in. So as you can see, it's getting lighter here. So we are getting to the point where total eclipse will be ending in another 10 minutes. So this area will get lighter and lighter. And then it'll move on to getting to the partial eclipse ending at past 2 a.m. Not sure. See how we go. Not sure if we'll keep going necessarily to that long, because then it'll be starting to get quite light. But, you know, got a cup of tea, so that might be enough to keep me awake. Thank you. Yonis 6177 subscribe. Thank you very much. Down Under Neighbour, yes. Okay, we've got memes. Watching from Australia, New South Wales. I think it's cloudy there at the moment. Hastings, New Zealand, using binoculars. Top hand right showing more white and light now. Yeah, so it's just we're just starting to sort of we're now heading kind of out of the total eclipse. But if I've got a where are we on this here? This is a site which shows you know, the movement of the eclipse. So when it's sort of, if I hit play, I wonder if it'll move. It'll go. I was doing it live, but we're still in total eclipse here. So we're still completely in the Earth's umbra, in the shadow. But of course, as we're getting closer to this, but more lighter areas are hitting there, so it's starting to get lighter. And then in about 10 minutes time, this will then the edge of the moon will then just start to pass outside the umbra. And then we will be getting lighter again. Watching from India. Hello. Thanks for joining. Okay, stay awesome, folks. See you next time. You smashed your cuppa and I'm mailing. Okay. Thanks, Yanni. Thanks for popping in and watching. And yeah, maybe time to get some sleep. But thanks for having a look. A bit cloudy here in Stratford, Taranaki. Yeah, I think that area of the country is supposed to be in cloud, unfortunately. Hopefully you get a few, maybe some breaks. Are you getting any breaks in the skies, in the clouds, so you can sort of see it at all, or is it just too cloudy? we're supposed to be staying clear all night. I might get one of the other telescopes just to actually image away from the moon at a very bright target for the rest of the night, since we don't get clear nights that often. Okay, Little and White, me too. Have a good night, everyone. Yep, good night. Thanks for joining. Thank you. What else? I had a meditation just to see if the blood mood had any effect. Visualization and stillness come easy. Nice. Well, looking at the night sky is very, very calming. Definitely very calming. Having your astrophotography equipment not working properly is very frustrating, but having it, but otherwise, you know, being out in the night sky looking up is very relaxing and just helps you forget about all the crazy things going on in the world these days. Watching from Phoenix, Mike Huffman, watching from Phoenix, Arizona. Hi there. Thanks for joining. Oh, you're still here, Simon. Trying to do some office work, but I'm a little distracted. Yes, well, you have the astrophotography bug, so it's probably hard to look away. But thank you for holding out. And sticking with it. Watching from Havre de Grace, Maryland. No moon sighting from here. Raining. Oh, okay. Yeah, rain will make it tough. Definitely. Ron, Beth, and Wallace watching from Sydney, but too cloudy to see in Sydney. Oh, thank you for watching the live stream. Yeah, I saw somebody else was looking from Sydney and said there was some breaks in the cloud occurring a bit, but it did sound like it was quite cloudy. I wonder what the ancients thought of the blood moon. Yeah, well, that's a good point. I mean, I don't know. You see these solar eclipses sort of depicted as if, you know, they think the end of the world is coming and all that kind of thing. But I guess it must have meant something. And most of these things, you know, meant that, you know, we're very much looking at the sky for answers on how things are going to be for crops and weather and all sorts of things. So I guess it depends on what culture you're looking at as to what it may or may not have meant. But I can't, off the top of my head, say I know any of them. Clouds and sleet in eastern Pennsylvania. Oh, sounds cold. Sounds cold. There was a clear, bright moon in Washington and now cloudy. Okay, so did you get to see any of it in Washington at all? Because I know some parts of the states could, but anyway. I haven't looked at the map again to see which parts of the states could see it. Tamara, thank God for live streams. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining. Grey skies in NY, can't see it. Okay, it's no good, unfortunately. When is the next solar eclipse visible from New Zealand? So I think it's in 2028. Let me just double check. And I think you need to be down sort of towards Dunedin. Solar eclipse New Zealand. I'm pretty sure. $2028. No, it's a lunar eclipse. Next solar eclipse in New Zealand, 22nd of July, 2028. And hang on, let me just bring this up again. Where are we? If I go total eclipse 2028 New Zealand, and if I can get the right page here. So here, this is it here, and so this area is where you want to be to see the full eclipse. So I'm up here in Auckland, so I'm going to have to travel down here and try and find a spot, or the other option is to go across to Australia. But I know people who do chase solar eclipses say you really got to scout out your area. You really want to be somewhere elevated if you can, because often people go down into a town or a city to stay at a nice hotel or whatever, but that's often low and often covered in clouds, where if you can get above the clouds, you're kind of guaranteed. But that is where it's going to be, and it's going to be 22nd July 2028, so not that far away. So yeah, find somewhere in this path, in this area here, to see it, or Sydney, but perhaps not in the middle of Sydney. Perhaps go somewhere up one of the mountains nearby, somewhere to try and see it best, and stay away from where the low cloud might be. Shall I just catch up here quickly? Next, Ellie Rosia, sup? G'day. Traverse of the Universe. I just got notified of a 5.1 in New Zealand. Did you feel it? No, I don't know where that was. I actually have. I've got an app that tells us about those about earthquakes. It's called GeoNet, and I'm just going to have a look and see. 7 minutes ago, where was it? 5.8, 95 kilometres south of Snares Islands. Well, there are ones going off all the time, but we don't tend to feel many up here in Auckland, to be honest. There have been some, but we don't. There's little ones going off all the time that we just do not notice. But Auckland's not your pick to feel an earthquake. Having said that, hopefully that stays the case. Right, so I'll just check up with a few more. Oh, Ollie. Ollie's popped on. Hi, Ollie. Having better weather than you. Yeah, I popped over and had a look at your live stream if you're still listening, and I did see you had a nice view of the nice blood moon as we were going into it, but I'm guessing you're saying now there's some clouds. So oh, that's nice of you, Frack, for wishing the clouds away. To Blaine, feels stable here. Where was the quake centered? Yeah, well, I'm just not sure exactly where that was. It said it didn't show on the map. Just click on it. Where was it? Actually, don't know. 95 kilometres south of, looks like Snares Islands. I don't know where that is. Yeah, I don't know where that is, but certainly didn't feel it up here. Oh, okay. It looks, if I'm reading this app correctly, it looks like it was well below the South Island. So we definitely wouldn't have felt it here. Can you play Whole of the Moon by the Waterboys in the background? Yeah, I haven't done a live stream for a while, and I wanted to try and get things sorted out and practiced. sort of net for tonight and previous nights, but the weather just wasn't there. And I haven't quite worked out how to do the music in the background, because the last time I did a live stream, I think, was 2 years ago. And so I managed to get this working. But I will look into it. If I do a live stream again, it'd be nice to have some music in the background. So I will try and work out how to do that. But sorry, at the moment, I'm not sure how to do that, and I might end up killing the whole live stream. So, but it was a good suggestion. To Blaine, and may you all experience many more blood moons. Yes, indeed. Yes, well, bye. Thanks for popping in and checking it out. Thank you very much. Duncan Craig said south of Stewart Island. Yeah, that's what it looks like for the on the GeoNet map. So it wouldn't have felt it up here. Johnson, was it John Smithson? Once again, done over by the clouds, gods in Vancouver, Canada. Anybody want to buy a Quaystar? Is that a sea star? I don't know. Yeah, clouds. So frustrating. Oh, thank you, Eddie Rosier. I'm glad you're enjoying the live stream. Manuria, Auckland, clear skies, cold, amazing. It looks like a planet, like on the movies. Yeah, a little different, like one of those, like on Star Wars, something you'd see in the background. So we're in now. What time is it? 1:07. So yeah, total eclipse ended 5 minutes ago. So that's why this is all getting a lot brighter, but we've still got the nice red here. Eventually this will get darker and darker, and this will get brighter and brighter, and we'll sort of have to switch over and then watch the rest of the moon appear. But I'm just going to try and stay on the red for as long as possible. Oh, excuse me. Harish Sharan Dubey, India. You're looking from India? Yeah, Frack, that's exactly right. You get all this equipment and then the weather says, no, it's not going to, it doesn't want to play ball. And the other problem is we have we have somebody else from India as well. Cool. Is if it's not wind, if it's clear, it can be windy. And at the moment, I can hear the wind out there now blowing. It's fortunately has dropped a bit. Yeah, it's only gusting of sort of 5 or 6 k's, so it's not too bad. But it had been up pretty strong, so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this at all. But it has dropped away a bit, but I can still hear it every now and again. Ollie, you're doing a bad job, Frack. Come on, Frack, you're not wishing the clouds away enough. Try harder. Oh, Jerry Coman. Ollie sent me over to your channel. Thanks, Ollie. Cheers. I guess if you've got clouds, that's a shame, because as I said, I did pop over to look at your live stream, and I did see that, and I saw the nice sort of moon coming into nice red, and I thought, oh, your skies have cleared, but I'm guessing they have clouded up again. But thank you for sending Jerry Coman over, and thank you, Jerry Coman, for joining. Hopefully I'm not talking too loud so my son can still get to sleep. It's nearly 1:10 in the morning. I might just move the microphone a bit closer so I don't have to speak so loudly. Some chocolate snacks to keep going. I've got 186 watching at the moment. That's good. Oh, I can hear that wind again. Crikey. That was supposed to drop away. I got up to 14 k's there. Fortunately, the direction it's blowing, the telescope is right up against the wall of the observatory and looking the other way, so it's getting well protected from the wind, but I don't want it to get too windy because I don't want it to start looking at lifting off the roof. The roof on the observatory is rolled off now onto, the rails, and so it's now sitting there just on the rails there with a big lot of space underneath it to potentially lift it up. It's quite a heavy roof, so I'm not expecting it's going to happen, but always feel a little bit nervous when the wind's blowing. How come only the moon is red in Ursambra, nothing else when passing through? Yeah, well, I know certainly it's to do with the light being, as it goes around the Earth, and as the red beam, the red wavelengths being different sort of wavelength is what hitting the moon. Why we only see it with the eclipse and not a normal, when it's normally in a degree of shadow. I'm not sure off the top of my head, actually. Maybe it's because it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I can't think. Let's have a look. Yeah, we know about that. Just trying to see what the difference is in the whole box of sun. Does the red filtered sunlight dominate? Yeah, it's there only during a, well, this is an AI overview, and I don't. The AI can tell you all sorts of weird things, but only during a total eclipse when the Earth completely blocks the sun does the red filtered sunlight dominate. So it's probably just to do with that, as opposed to, because we certainly don't see it obviously with with a normal, like, a crescent moon or something like that. So we've got, imagine it being purple or any other color. That would be strange too. Yeah, it would. Particularly if suddenly it turned a strange color. I think we'd all be worried. Something odd would be going on. Yeah, thanks for coming to my rescue there, Ollie. You can't ask complicated questions at 1 a.m. Yeah, brain dead by midnight. Exactly. That's my excuse anyway. Cloudy here in Pennsylvania. Only a bit past 7 a.m. March the 3rd here. Yep. Well, we're March the 4th, so we're in the future now. So if I could have seen the moon, it would have been below the western horizon. Okay, yeah. But it is, yeah, cool to see. It is. Jason, I cannot see it in Wisconsin. It's cloudy here. Oh, yep. Well, we are supposed to say clear all night, but we are windy. And I thought the wind had dropped away, but I think it has picked up a little bit again, which is a bit annoying. So we're now, what are we, 1:15, and so we'll be coming, total eclipse ends at 1:02. Yeah, so we're well into the partial eclipse part again now, gone back into the partial eclipse part again, which will then end in another hour's time. Yeah, you're not midnight, Frack. Oh, so you can answer the question, Frack, because Your brain's still working. Mine's not. Yeah, I think if the moon did turn purple, it would definitely be a strange, peculiar omen, and I think we might need to look towards aliens as the cause. That would be very disturbing. Hopefully that will never happen. We'll just stick with a red moon. You can actually take color if you have a color camera. The moon, because it looks just sort of like grey color or a very bright grey. But if you actually get a color camera and you image the moon, you can actually bring out color of the moon. They call it a mineral moon because it can pick up the different colors. And I did do one once. I don't know if I can find it, but I'll see if I can find a mineral moon image that I've done. I'll have to go to Astro Bin. Oops, what's that doing up? Get away from there. What have we got? Have I got it here? Maybe I didn't. There. Yeah, so this was with a mono camera. Let's bring this over here. This is just on Astro Bin. So this is I used a mono camera, but I actually used filters and then combined it all to get what's called a mineral moon image. So you can image it and get a bit of color. It doesn't have to be that dull grey color. If you put a purple filter on the moon, I think you'll definitely get your purple moon. But I think we can explain that. So I wonder if there is such peculiar coloured eclipses out there in the universe. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we're still all sort of bound by the rules of light and what it will do and bending, etc. But whether or not the light passes through an atmosphere of a planet that has gives a different color to something, you probably could, I guess. Whether or not that planet would be habitable or not, I don't know. If the moon turned purple, I think it would be a strange. Oh yes, all that. Hello from Slovenia. Oh, hello. We cannot see, but thank you. I'm enjoying it. Thanks. Well, thank you for popping in and having a look. I'd love to see it. Mary, I would love to see it in the sky, but I'm in Wisconsin and grateful for these pictures. Oh, I'm glad I've been able to be a substitute at least. But you just check the website. You Google the websites. You just Google, lunar eclipse for your area, and there's websites that come up and tell you when they're going to be, and so you might find there's one coming up sooner than you think. I know it's 8:19 p.m. Super cool photo. I guess you were talking about the mineral moon. Yeah, it is quite nice to be able to, whilst doing astrophotography, we often complain about the moon because it gets in the way of imaging other things. The brightness from it. It is still interesting and cool to image to the moon. And there's some amazing. Some people have got some sort of very long focal length telescopes and have done some amazing shots of looking at the craters, etc. And it almost looks like somebody's coming into land on the moon. So it certainly has a lot of it's still worth imaging, particularly if it's, and usually not if it's full, usually if it's partial, because then you get the shadows and you'll see the nice contours. If it's full, it can look a little bit flat and uninteresting. I can't see the eclipse, just okay. I think my wife was just looking on the screen and said she could only see the mineral moon shot, but yeah, that's because I put it on there briefly. Right, so I'm just going to catch up here. Very cloudy in South Africa. Sorry to hear that. Yo, Astro from Malaysia, by the way. Hi, in Malaysia. Just going to catch up with these. Probably going to miss them. There's a few more popping up than I realise. Also, when do we move in latitude? The moon spins along its longitude. Another strange optical thing. Yeah, the moon has a wobble. The moon definitely, if you image it over a period of a month and you sort of run it all together as a time lapse, you can see the moon does wobble quite a bit. View from PNG. Okay, hi there. Thanks for having a look. Bro, there's no brain rots in 2026. Brilliant live viewing in Victoria, Australia. Good, nice, perfectly clear sky, and the stars are wonderful too. Yeah, it's quite cool seeing the whole thing in with the stars. And I love the blood moon and its ending. Yeah, unfortunately we are heading out of and we're getting the ordinary moon coming back. Papua New Guinea, seeing the blood moon, nice. I see the blood moon in Facebook. Yep, I'm not surprised. Ken Taylor, hi from Auckland. About time we had a clear sky for one of these events. Yes, because we certainly missed out on the last one, which was rather sad and annoying. So we're lucky that we've got a nice clear one tonight. Saskatchewan, Canada. Taking pictures of the moon's past full eclipse and lighting up 8 o'clock position. Yep. I have been to Canada. I like Canada. I like Canada. It's a great place. We actually, because it's summer here at Christmas time, we don't get the traditional, snow and cold that you get in the Northern Hemisphere. So we went to Quebec. Man, it was cold, but it was cool. It was amazing to experience Christmas over there. So picturesque and but yeah, super cold. The coldest I've ever been actually is in Quebec. I'm going to watch the moon right now. Yep, good idea. If you can see it, go and look at it in with your eyes. Oh, Simon, unfortunately I have to go. Thanks, Simon. Thanks for popping in. And yeah, clear skies to you too. And I'll look forward to seeing your next video. Yes, I've got quite a bit. There seems to be, I'm looking on, I think on YouTube, there's a bit of a delay, I think, in where it pops up compared to what I'm saying. So if it's a little delayed before I get to answer your comment, I apologize. Why can't I see the blood moon? I'm in the blood moon map. Well, I guess it depends, is it cloudy? But we're sort of past a lot of the blood moon bit now. So although I'm showing you the red here, probably what you're seeing is might be because this bit is starting to dominate a bit now and the brightness is starting to dominate. So that might be why you're not seeing it so blood red, because we've gone past the best of the blood red moon. That could be it. Because if you're in the path, you should have been able to see it. Hi, I'm in China. Hello, over in China. Hey, that's a question for Jeannie. What part of Victoria? You from? -7 Celsius. Currently -7. Yeah, cold. Seeing the blood moon live here in Papua New Guinea. Oh, nice. You got some clear skies. That's good. When will this be over, guys? Well, it can be over as soon as you shut down the light. Leave the live stream if you like. But the partial eclipse ends at 2:17. So there is still, about 50 minutes or so to go before we're, mostly back to the normal moon. So I'm just going to keep going on this for a bit longer. And when the partial eclipse ends, I'll probably just end the live stream then and get some sleep. But yeah, that's basically we're heading out now. We're getting into the lighter area. So you can see on the screen it's 1:26 a.m. here, so 2:17 a.m. here. So you can work out from your time when it's going to finish. Bro, you can see because it's already 100% blood moon. Hi, Dambara Parada. Hi there. Jeremiah, how long should it last? It can vary depending on how much is passing into the shadow of the Earth. So I think if I've got this website still up here, I'll go back. I had it up here. So you can see this is where we are here, passing out. If the moon is going very much into the shadow, then you get the blood moon lasting a lot longer. But if it only just dips in through here, it can actually be very short-lived. So this one's quite good because it's in fully into the shadow for an hour. But it can vary a bit. But this one is a good one because it's been in for an hour. Right, sorry, trying to. Okay, Ollie and Jeannie are having a conversation. I won't interrupt that. Let's see what else. All I see is a little bit of white light. Yeah, well, it's getting that way now, I think, visually, unfortunately. The camera here, I can vary. Your eyes will be adjusted to this bright area, so this will be hard to see now. I've just got the camera adjusted, so this is sort of white out, and so we can still see this. But for your eyes, I would imagine, yeah, it will be looking like a little bit more like a, a partial moon that's mostly the light color. I hope you sleep well when you head to bed. Yes, I will do. Thank you very much. Fortunately, I don't have to get up for work tomorrow, so I can sleep in. Sorry, you're clouded over in Geelong. Yeah, sorry, Ollie. It's annoying. It's more like a brown moon to me. Yeah, well, it does a bit now. It was a bit more red before. Can we see it in Dubai? I don't know. I haven't. There are maps you can search on the map to see what parts show it, and I'm not sure about Dubai. It's 10:26 in PNG. Oh, yep. Yeah, it's 1:29 here. Beautiful clear view here in Mangawhai. Oh yeah, it'd be nice up there. Is it windy up there? It's a bit windy here, but yeah, it would be good. Be nice up there. I sometimes image up at Lang's Beach, so I know how beautiful the skies are up there. The darker sky is so much better for imaging up there than it is down here in Auckland, that's for sure. Indiana, USA, cloudy. Yeah, a lot of cloud around. A lot of cloud. Oh, not windy at all. Nice. Okay, that's good. It must have calmed down a bit there, nice and still. Yeah, we're still getting. Oh, actually, I've just looked. It must have dropped right away. I was hearing quite a few gusts, but I'm just looking at the wind speed thing on the home observatory, and it's reading 0. So it must have just dropped away. So that's good. Well, that's good because I might, when I finish this, I might just get the other rig just to do a bit of imaging for the rest of the night because it's supposed to stay clear all night. South Korea is cloudy. Oh, that's no good. Yeah. A lot of places are cloudy. But I guess it's always like that. Usually it's us, but tonight we're clear. We've still got 161 people watching, so thank you very much for joining the live stream. It's much appreciated. As I said earlier, I haven't done a live stream for a couple of years, so I was trying to make sure I got this working properly. Didn't get to have some nice peaceful music in the background, I'm afraid, but maybe for the next time I'll be able to do that. I've got to work that out. I'm not going to attempt that now. I'll probably kill the live stream. Yeah. Have seen the whole eclipse clearly in Dunedin. Nice. Cold but with a light breeze. Yeah, it'll be a bit chillier down there because there's a bit of a southerly flow down there. Much colder there than here. You'll be probably laughing at us complaining about it being cold up here, being 14 degrees. Arinka. Sorry, I really should put my glasses on. Beautiful, thank you again. And also, Europe can see this beauty. Here it's 3:30, bright winter sunny day. Okay, well, thank you for joining the live stream. I've got another person from India. The moon is coming out from behind the clouds and it's white, disappointing. Yeah, you've missed the best of it, I'm afraid. Jeremiah, thanks for the live stream. Thank you for popping in and looking at it, checking it out. I really appreciate that. Oh, wow, 219 people viewing now. That's cool. And you guys really, it's in March 4. We're in March 4? We are in March 4. We have travelled to the next day already. So the dicing, you're asking me which country? I'm in New Zealand. If you're asking me, I'm not sure whether you're asking somebody else, but in the live stream, but I'm in New Zealand, down the other end of the world. Yeah, Ollie, there is that. I know what you mean. The first time I saw that little planetary nebula next to the running chicken, I was looking at it thinking, oh, what's that? And is that known about? But yeah, it is well known. But if you don't realize you're doing the running chicken, and it's quite a cool little planetary nebula, and it's quite obvious once you see it, you can't miss it. But yeah, it comes up quite nicely. But yeah, want to make sure it's not something that you accidentally clone stamp out because you think it's an artifact. Joshua from the Philippines. Hi there. Oh, Jeremiah, you're still in March 3rd. Oh, well, you'll get to the future and eventually. Kerry Cake, 5.2 earthquake happened off the one on the South Island. Yeah. Yeah, certainly didn't feel it up here. When a bus goes past on the road, it feels like an earthquake, but that's a completely different phenomenon, which is a little frustrating because it does shake the telescopes around a bit, the telescope, and can ruin a shot. I've seen the whole eclipse in New Plymouth, a bit cloudy at times. Well, at least there's been some gaps. That's good. I'm glad to hear that you've had some gaps. You've been able to see the whole thing. That's the advantage. It's quite a slow event, so if you see it on and off, that's okay. David, he's over the moon. Does that mean the eclipse is over? Well, yeah, mostly. It's still partly eclipsed because it's 2:17 a.m. here that the partial eclipse officially ends. So we're not completely over it, but yeah. Clouds were blocking most of the view, but did see a glimpse of it. Good. Oh, that's good. RB Gamer, hello, bro. G'day. Thanks for joining the live stream. Carrie Craig, thank you, and good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you for popping in and having a look at the stream, and sleep well. Overcast in South Los Angeles. Yeah. Not good because you would have been able to see it because I think that part of the coast was able to see it. I'm just going to move this into a bit more into the middle here. Oh, gone the wrong way. Go this way. Just getting the mount to move. That went too far. We'll just leave it there. Won't muck around with it too much. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you, Mata, for joining in. Thank you very much. Arthur from Melbourne. Oh, hi, Melbourne. I think you were getting some clear sky. Is it real? Yes, it is real. Unfortunately, missed the best of it because it's coming out of the full eclipse, but the red colour is 100% real. And if you look outside now, you probably won't see it particularly because it'll be dominated by this brighter side. But yeah, when it was in full eclipse, which was when it began at 12:04, so somewhere around 12:30, it would have been nice. It's nice and red to even look at with your eyes, and if you have binoculars, it looks even better. Saya, yeah, sorry, I can't say the name. Thank you for the live stream. You're welcome. Thank you for coming and looking at it, popping in. Got the whole eclipse. I'll upload pictures today. Nice. Yeah, well, that's one thing I haven't done. I haven't taken any pictures. I'm just doing the live stream. But Arthur King, yeah, you got some clear. That's good. So at least you can see some of it. David K, thanks for hosting and showing us clear images from different locations. Well, thank you for coming and having a look. I appreciate it. Yeah, I might stay live till 2:17 a.m. I think, and then we'll probably end it there because then it'll be a bit uninteresting because it'll just be an ordinary moon. But I may as well. We'll just keep going until the last of the red bit disappears. And yeah, so I probably will just keep going unless everybody leaves the live stream, in which case we'll shut it down. But yeah, Saskatchewan, Canada. Oh, another person's from Saskatchewan. Sorry. It's 1:38 in the morning, so my brain's starting to get a bit. My brain's starting to go to sleep. Where are the king? Where are you situated? Auckland, New Zealand. Little old New Zealand, and in Auckland, so the skinniest part of the North Island. Currently happening, Kaimakaru, currently happening in PNG. Nice. Thank you for looking. I can still see this with my eyes. Can I still see this movement with my eyes in real from my home? I'm not sure without looking outside. I think it would be probably hard to see it now because it'll be dominated by the bright part. If I was to change the exposure, say bring this right down, well, this is sort of, it might be hard. You'll be probably dominated more by the brighter side, and this will be quite dark. So I don't know how easily you'd be able to see it at the moment. I haven't looked outside. I've got this showing up because I can get the camera and overexpose it, basically put the exposure up and white out this area so we can just see this, but and the camera's quite sensitive for picking up the colour, so that's that's probably it might not be that good to see now. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that, Ollie. I could end up getting kicked off the live stream for ending up accidentally saying some sort of swear word. I'm having trouble talking as it is. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to attempt that 3 times. Thank you. Mads Harima, thanks for going live. Thanks for coming in and popping into the live stream. Nightingale Kiwi, are you saying you're a Kiwi or I'm a Kiwi? I'm a Kiwi, but I'm guessing you're a Kiwi as well. I'm guessing. Well, you were able to say, I don't know if typing it's the same thing somehow, but anyway, you did it. Yep, City of Sales. We're in the City of Sales. So what causes it to happen? Okay, explanation at 1:38 in the morning. Rather than me try and I think you're better off to Google it. You'll actually find a little video easily. It will tell you exactly what happens. But it's basically to do with where the light's going around from the sun around the Earth, and it's the wavelength of red, which is different to the other wavelengths that happens to be going around and hitting the moon and turning it red. But yeah, maybe best to just Google Google that question, and you should find a little video that will describe it a lot better than I'm likely to say at 1:42 in the morning. Saskatchewan is the First Nation name meaning fast-flowing river. Oh, yeah. It's because Saskatchewan River, I've said it twice now, starts at the mountains, goes east and dumps into the Hudson Bay. Okay. Nice. Kiwi Tiff, you're a Kiwi. Good. I'm a Kiwi. But up in Auckland. Live from India. Hello. G'day, Ben Dan Moharana. Hope I said that right. So are you still in clouds, Ollie? If you're still there. Okay, so apparently my wife just said that with binoculars you can still see a little bit of the red, but it's hard to see. Oh yeah, middle of the day. Yeah, so that's well, that's nice. That's the thing about the live streams. The good thing about live streams is that if you're in a different part of the world and you can't see it, whether it be clouds or whether it be because it's a different time of the day, you can get to see it, which is nice. Astronamrata, good evening. You're from India. Hi. And HFHF 12G 3 hearts. Saskatchewan borders follows latitude and longitude in the 4 directions. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure whether India was part of it, or it might have been. I'm not sure. I haven't. I didn't see the map. I know it was the. I don't think it was. I think it was mostly the Pacific, South Pacific, and also the eastern part of the USA and Australia, obviously, and that sort of thing. But I don't know. I'm not sure about anywhere else. Yeah, fully clouded over. Oh, okay. Like a sheet now. So I've brought in the gear. it's just the story of an astrophotographer. It certainly is. And I swear those clouds can spot telescopes. I really do. And Mahara, I'm 13 years old. And you're getting into looking at the night sky, I hope, and enjoying the night sky. It's an amazing hobby if you can get into it. And, you know, you don't have to spend, it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but, you know, with these new smart scopes like the Sea Star and things, it's making it more affordable, and you're able to see some of the things, actually image a galaxy or a nebula or whatever. Not so much, well, the Sea Star is not so much with the planets. I mean, you can do the sun and you can do the moon. They're a bit small for the planets, but to be able to see nebula and even some galaxies and things, things like the Sea Star really have made it more affordable and accessible to a lot more people, I think. Can you see it from Nepal? I don't think so. But as I said, I haven't looked at the map, but I think it was more the South Pacific and the eastern part of the USA. Lindy Jaw, beautiful. Yeah, the lunar eclipse is pretty cool. Super selfie. Hi, wow. Yeah, unfortunately, if you've just joined, you've unfortunately missed the the most red part, but we do have a little bit left. I've just got the camera overexposing this area so we can still see some of the red colour. But I think if you were to look outside just with the naked eye, you'd see it mostly as your normal sort of white moon, and this bit would be quite dull. Is it original moon? Do you mean like, is it live? This is live at the moment through my telescope at home in Auckland, New Zealand. So this is live, but we're coming out of the partial eclipse. So, or coming out of the partial eclipse will end at 2:17. It's currently 1:48. So in about half an hour. Oh, Jenny, that sounds like a lovely place to have been to watch it. Ollie, you need to get in the car and drive in that. You should have driven in that direction. Of course, how would you know? The dark area, you're saying, is dark area Earth. The dark area is from the shadow, yeah, it's from Earth causing it. So if I just go to this here, so we're at this point here. This is just one of the websites where you can see it progressing, and it's currently moving along live. And you can see here that this much is in the Earth's shadow still. And this is in the penumbra, so this is the full shadow here. So that's why we're seeing most of it is fairly light and some of it is being red. But this part is, the dark part is the Earth's shadow. Sorry, made a mistake there. I wanted to... Oh, what? What happened? Sorry, got a bit mixed up with my screens for a minute there. I was horrified. I thought for a second there I'd shut down the live stream, but I actually just minimized the remote screen. Yeah, you'll be seeing the moon in the other orientation up in no, see, I can't say it now. It's too late. Saskatchewan. Yeah, you'd see it the other way around compared to us here. Yeah, this is live footage from my telescope. So I have I've mentioned to some earlier to some people that it's a little refractor. It's an ASCAR 65 PHQ, and I've got a little observatory out in the backyard, and I've got a telescope in there, and there's a astronomical color camera on the back of it, and I'm just remoting into it. So yes, it's live. And there's also a question, dark area is Earth? Yeah, dark area is from the shadow of the Earth as it's coming out of the eclipse. The telescope's not on the roof. No, it's in the on the property, and it's in a little observatory, and it just happened to have some quite good skies in that direction. And being in the little observatory, it's protected from the wind by the walls. So we were quite windy today, but it hasn't shaken around too much. Another person from India. We've got quite a few people viewing from India. With your telescope, can you record the star Sirius with coils? I can't quite see your thumbnail. So I'm not sure what it looks like. Sirius will look like a very bright star with my refractor. You'll see diffraction spikes, which is on a lot of things like Newtonians, and that's due to the sort of spider veins, the part that holds the mirror at the top of the scope, and it's got these sort of veins that go across and it will give you these diffraction spikes. You don't tend to get them with the refractors, but I'm not sure what I can't quite see, sorry, what your thumbnail is. How does time date calculate moonrise and moonset timings for future dates? I don't know exactly how they do, but they can do it. They can go way into the future and just calculate it, much like they can sort of calculate the tides and all that kind of stuff. I think because it's a fairly regular thing that you can actually easily adjust okay for that. Now, why is the moon moving? It's like it's not tracking anymore. Let me just check my scope. Why is that moving? It stopped tracking. Don't know why it stopped tracking. Don't stop tracking. It's stopping tracking. This is, I'm not sure what's happening. The telescope has actually stopped tracking. Oopsie daisies. I'm not entirely sure why. The live stream might be coming to an end sooner than I realise because this is suddenly stopped tracking and I can't turn it back on. I actually might have needed to do a, actually I'm just thinking it's got to do a, it's probably got to do a meridian flip actually. That's probably why. I'm just trying to see whether I can force it to do that. Stop tracking at 5 degrees before the meridian flip. Okie doke. I'll try and move it and keep it in here, but I think it wants to do a meridian flip, which is the whole telescope flipping over to follow the other way. That's why it stopped. Eventually it will do, it will do the flip, I hope. Oh, okay. And my YouTube page has a video when recorded Sirius with coils, also Betelgeuse Capella. Okay. Oh, interesting. I have to have a look. Yeah, Ollie, you're right. It's meridian. I think I've just realised there it must be meridian. And then I presume that then it will just do a meridian. So if it does do a meridian, it might disappear off the screen for a bit, completely, while the telescope flips over, so it can then start following it again. Well, we see the moon rising up in the east, and it goes up, it comes up in the east, and it goes down in the west. And oops, hang on a minute, what's happening? Sorry, I just got to follow this, get this telescope to get back in place. I hope it'll do the flip. Leanne, time for me to get up and start my day. Thank you again for the live stream. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'll probably be bringing this to an end soon. If it doesn't do the flip, we're going to have to bring it to an end, but I'll still keep moving it and then hoping it'll actually, it will just do the flip itself, I hope. Another person from India. Hi, greetings from Germany. Thanks for streaming. Unfortunately, we can't watch the lunar eclipse from here. Yeah, we had a special one last year, nice, where the moon rose while eclipsed. That was impressive. Yeah, that would look cool because it would look really big being close to the horizon, I imagine, as opposed to it looking quite small. It's up quite high. Yeah, I don't know when I'm just tracking the moon to park it and then do it again. Yeah, I might have to go home and then tell it to go look for the moon again. Not sure. That might be a bit of a delay. Yeah, I think I might have to bring the live stream to an end. I'm not sure how to force it to do a meridian flip on this AM5. Just look at the advanced again. Stop tracking at 5 degrees. Save log. Yeah, I don't know how to force it to do a meridian flip. And it might have to, yeah, it might have to go home. Oh, it's 2 a.m. Let me just bring this back a little bit here for a second. Don't want to overdo the mount so it ends up crashing something into the tripod, but we bring the exposure down, you can see we've got, you know, most of the moon is back to normal, with only a little bit left here. Well, I think, I'm not sure. I think if I go back and, yeah, if I put it into, send it home and then redo the whole thing, it might take a bit too long to do, to get back on the moon again. So I might have to call it a night. Everybody, sorry for those who have just joined, but my mount's not tracking anymore, and I think it's because it wants to do a meridian flip, but I don't know how I can force it at this stage to do one. So I think the moon is just going to continue to drift away. So I might have to end the live stream here. So yeah, but thank you to everybody who has joined. I mean, this bit's going to disappear out of Eclipse anyway in 16 minutes. But thank you everybody who has joined the live stream, and yeah, I'll try and, if we get another eclipse at some stage, try and do a live stream, or maybe just do the odd live stream while I'm doing some imaging sometime. But oh, Pete, hi Pete, bit late to the party. Yeah, not visible in Scotland, no. It's just sort of coming out now, and also I'm running out of of tracking. It wants to do a meridian flip. I'm not sure that it's actually going to do it, which means I'm going to probably have to send it home and then send it back to try and get it back to the moon. But it's going to take a bit of time. So yeah, I might call it quits. But look, thank you to everybody who has joined the live stream. I'm sorry if you've just joined in now, and when I'm going to bring it to an end, but thank you to everybody for popping in, saying hi, and checking out. Really appreciate it. It's nice to be able to do something like this and have some people watch it. It's really cool to see different people from around the world. So thank you for coming in from all over the world and seeing it. And just quickly before I go, Jerry Coleman, thanks for the subscription. Thank you. And Zens, where are you from? Auckland, New Zealand. All right. Okay, well, thanks everybody. And I'll say good night or good morning or good day, whatever time it is there currently. Cheers, Ollie.